Hi there guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be unboxing this Lenovo Legion Y700 2023 model. I just picked this up off eBay used for 250 quid, which I think with the introduction of the new model, which obviously has improved specs, better processor, etc., higher refresh rate, does lack the SD card slot, which I think is quite important for a tablet of this kind. So I thought I'd have a little look online. I was lucky enough to find this one boxed with all the accessories in a pretty much like brand new condition. So we'll have a little look at what comes inside the box. So we get our tablet, we'll put that to one side. So inside here, we have our documentation, which is in Chinese, with it being the Chinese ROM version. We get our SD card slot removal tool. Then we have our USB cable, which is USB-C to USB-C. And then we have our power adapter, which is I think it's 68 watt, but this is a Chinese plug and I need the UK plug. But that's what comes inside the box. So you get your cable, your plug and your tablet. So what we'll do is we'll set this up and then we'll come back as soon as that's done. So here we have our tablet. So this is the Lenovo Legion Y700, the 2023 version. This is a 350 gram 7.6mm thickness. It is a beautiful little tablet, really nice finish, really premium, has a Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision. So we have our video and power port at the bottom. We have another power port on the side, our speaker grill. On the top we have our power button, which I love has a different, let me turn this light up, this power button which has a different texture, so that when you are in a darker environment you can feel the difference between the buttons. I really like that. We have another speaker grill on this side, and then we have our 8.8 inch 1600 by 2560 panel, and then on the rear we have our 13 megapixel camera, and then we have a lovely space grey finish. And then, as I say, it's a very premium tablet. As an owner of a few iPads, this is built equally as well. Feels incredibly nice, very light, and the screen is unbelievable. So when we first received these, obviously with it being the Chinese ROM version, in the initial setup screen, if you click through, you select your English language, and then you will be greeted with the browser that is available, which is this browser. And then if you go to ApkMirror, so you'll be greeted with the Chinese browser. So then if you go to apkmirror.com, search for the Google Play Store. And then you want whichever one is the latest, so we'll go with 44.4. Then you scroll down and then you want the APK, so not the bundle. If you click on the APK and then download APK, and then you can just install that onto the device. And then once you've done that, scroll down to your Google services. Just make sure that your Google services are enabled, and then you will be able to download the Play Store, and any supporting apps then will work. What I've done on mine so far, since installing the Google Play, I'll be using this tablet for a little bit of game emulation, etc. So I've downloaded RetroArch. I have the home screen tab for emulatorgames.net, which is a great place to find ROMs. You should be able to download all of the usual apps. So I have Firefox, Google Chrome, YouTube Studio, Reddit, everything that you would normally be able to. There are a few of the original apps which I've not bothered deleting. I've just stuck them all in a folder, and then if any of them come up with pop-ups or anything like that, then I'll just delete them in the future. But for now, everything's fine. So we have obviously our gorgeous 8.8 inch screen. The refresh rate goes up to, I think it's 144 Hertz. So I have mine just on the auto refresh rate at the moment, but you can go up to 144 Hertz. So the ZUI software is 16.0.617, running Android 14. We have the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, and 256 gigs of storage and 12 gigs of RAM. So it's amazing so far. As I was saying before, so I've downloaded RetroArch. I have my emulator games online available there. Then I've downloaded PPSSPP and Dolphin Emulator. I've installed a SIM card inside, and then all I've done so far is I've just downloaded a few bits from emulator games. So we have Prince of Persia, Sega Genesis collection. And you click on that, it'll automatically open in PPSSPP. Then we have a list of old games here, some good ones. I remember Echo the Dolphin. Used to play that game all the time. We have a few that I've never heard of, but Shinobi, Sonic the Hedgehog. So there we can see bit of Shinobi 3. Works perfectly, everything's great. And then inside PPSP you can just change your settings. So I've got mine running at 8x rendering resolution, 4K. Everything else I've left alone. But yeah, it's brilliant so far. So that's that one. Then we have a few cloud gaming. So we've got Warzone, GTA San Andreas. We open PPSP, then we can go into our files, load them up, and we have GTA Vice City Stories. I'm going to have to skip that because I'll get copyright striked.
Big Bad's reporting for duty, sir. Relax, relax. Are you well? Yes, thank you, Sergeant. Good. In here.
So there, we can go back. We can load again. Our Sega Genesis. Prince of Persia. So here we have Prince of Persia. Then you can, inside your game, click onto change your volume, brightness levels, and then you have energy saving mode, balance mode, performance mode, screen recording, floating display. So this gives you your FPS, GPU clock, CPU clock, temperature, battery and time. So currently saying there 48 FPS. GPU's clocked at 439 megahertz, and the CPU's at 1.6 gigahertz. Temperature's at 27 degrees. So here we have our Geekbench 6 scores. So very respectable. Single core of 1859, multi-core of 4783. So as I showed in my previous video, very comparable to the iPad Mini 6. This feels a lot snappier, a lot smoother due to the refresh rate on the screen. Absolutely fabulous little tablet. In terms of video playback and sound, everything's brilliant. So speakers, amazing, as you can see there. Subscribe to the special HDR channel. video, all looks amazing. The viewing angles for me here, looking at it, are actually very good. I don't particularly get that greying that you all see on the camera, but the viewing angles are brilliant. But it's just it's so small and so light. 350 gram tablet. It's brilliant, absolutely fantastic. So that's the sound of the video. Camera, shall we have a little look? So that's the low light, not particularly impressive. Again, you know, it'll do if you want to scan some documents or take a quick picture of the dog or something, it'll be fine, but it's nowhere near as good as the camera on a phone. Yeah, and then obviously with this model, as I talked about, you have your SD card slot here. So I've got a 256 gig SD card in there at the moment. Just chuck, it's the one that I move around between devices, just have a load of movies and music and things like that on there. So yeah, I mean, fantastic. Anyone who's looking at picking one of these up, again, I think if you can find a good deal on eBay, they're still available, I'm sure, on AliExpress and places like that, but you know, I was lucky enough to find this one for what I think is super cheap. It's in brand new condition, there's not a mark on it. So yeah, I think that's perfect. What I will do in the future, as I said in the last video, is I'll do a few comparisons, gaming comparisons between this, the Honor Pad 9 and the iPad mini. We'll do a few gaming tests, gaming comparisons. But yeah, so that's the Y700 2023 model. 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage. Get one. Buy one. If you're looking for a small Android tablet, the screen, the speakers, everything's just brilliant. I have seen a few videos where people said they didn't think the build quality was premium. I mean, it's as premium as it gets. It's lovely finish on the sides of the tablet. It's really comfortable to hold. Having the extended bezels on each side makes it perfect for landscape viewing. And then if you have one of those extended controllers, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, if you can find one cheap enough on eBay or anywhere else, I would recommend getting one. The Chinese ROM's been no problem for me. I've been able to download everything. So yeah, as I say, if you're looking for a budget Android tablet, you know, 250 quid or however many dollars, it's not incredibly cheap, but it's, you know, it's not £500-600 that you can pay for some of these tablets. I think it's well worth picking one up. The battery life is incredible. I used this all day yesterday when I first got it. Installed everything, downloaded things, watched some movies, and I think when I went to bed last night it was on 40% battery. So the battery will last you a long time. Obviously dependent, if you've got the brightness turned up all the time, it's going to die a lot faster, but yeah, brilliant. All the wallpapers, Lenovo Legion wallpapers, I just get from the Legion website. You go on the Lenovo Legion website, all the wallpapers are on there. Then you've got your classic classic Legion wallpapers. So I'll try and leave links for everything down in the description box below. But yeah, thanks for watching. This was just a quick unboxing, quick look at the 2023 Y700. Great pickup off eBay, 250 quid, like new condition, in the box with all the accessories. Yeah, this does support as well, just before I go, 45 watt fast charging, 6500 milliamp hour battery. Yeah, if in doubt, buy this.